So welcome to my new video. So our today's question is valid Sudoku. It is Leetcode 36 question. So you are given a 9 by 9 matrix and you have to determine if it is a valid Sudoku or not. Okay, so valid Sudoku is nothing but in every row there must be contains some digits from 1 to 9 without repetition, and every column digit from 1 to 9 without repetition in every block. Okay, 3 by 3 sub matrix. The contains the digits from 1 to 9 without repetition. Okay, and there is also one condition. So the partially filled, this 9 by 9 matrix is partially filled, and but it is not necessarily it is solvable or not. We don't care about the unfilled values are able to fit in there or not. Okay, so let's understand the question first. Okay, so this is the matrix, and this is the matrix 9 by 9 matrix they are given to us. Okay, and this matrix is not solvable. Why? Because let's see, for this row this value is must be 9. Okay, from like 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9, right? This value must be 9, right? But if you consider this column 2 7 4 5 9, this value must be 1. Okay, by this must be 9. This is not a valid Sudoku, but we don't care about unfilled values. Okay, this value is unfilled, this value is unfilled, all these values that are unfilled, we don't care about that. This is the partially filled Sudoku, and we only need to determine it is valid or not. Okay, so let's see this element. Okay, this number we have to, in this row this is not repeating, this is valid. Okay, in this column 2 is not repeating, this is also valid, but in this 3 by 3 block 2 is repeating, so this is not valid, right? So we have to return false. So what we can do, for every element we have to check for its row, its column and its block. If it is appears only one time, then we have to return true. Okay, at the end of, for by checking every element in the matrix. Okay, so how we can determine it? For row we want one hash set. Okay, to determine it is appearing one or not. Okay, so what we can do, for every row 0 to 8, right, we can create a hash set. And let's see, for 2, okay, the row is 0, so for 0 we get the hash set, and we have to check in this hash set 2 is present or not. If 2 is already present, so we can directly return false. Okay, for 2 the column value is 1, so we have to also create 9 headset, right? From for every column from 0, for 1, for 2, for 3 to 8, we have to create a headset. Okay, for every column, right? So for 2 the column value is 1, and for 1 we get the one headset. Okay, and if we have to check in the headset, if 2 is already present, if 2 is already present, that means 2 appearing 2 times, that means we have to return false. Okay, for, and we have 9 blocks, right? Like boxes, 0, this 0 is block, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, means 0 to 8 means 9 blocks. Okay, and we have to also check in for that also. Okay, so we have to create 9 blocks also, right? 9 blocks and is hash set. For like for 0th block we have to create one hash set, for first block we have to create one hash set, like for 8 block we have to create again a hash set, right? So the main question is, like, for any element we can get its row and column, we can just get the two hash sets. Okay, by, like, for this row and column, row is a key for its row head set, and for this column the column value, okay, the column value is 1, is a key for head sets. Okay, what we can do, we can create a hash map of integer and hash set. Okay, the key is row value and the hash set is head set. Okay, so the key is row value. For column also the key is column value. Okay, but for how we can determine this block, so let's see how we can determine its block. So we have a 9 blocks. Okay, so this is first 0th block, first block, third block, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7 and 8. Okay, so how we can determine its block? Okay, so for any I and j value, like 4 and 4, the block is 4, right? For, let's see, 7 comma 5, okay, the block is 7. How we can determine it? So if any row, let's see, for this row and this column, right? So I value is 7, j value is 4. Okay, how we can get its block. Okay, so if you divide the row by 3, you will get its row. Okay, its row is nothing but 7 divided by 3, integer division, it's 2, right? So this is 2, right? So 0th row, first row and third row, okay, according to block. Okay, if this matrix is divided into 3, okay, right? So for 7 divided by 3 is nothing but what, 2, and if you multiply it by 3, it's 6, right? It's 6. Why 3? Because in every row we have a 3 elements. Okay, if we are on this row, the formula is very simple. I am going to write here: I divided by 3, multiplied it by 3, and adding j divided by 3. So by calculating this formula, we can get a row. Okay, I am dividing this matrix in 3 by 3. Okay, because of blocks, in every block, every row there has 3 elements, right? So when we divide I by 3, we get its row. Okay, so for 7 we get this row, and which is the first element if we multiplied by 3, because every row we contains 3 elements, right? So we came here, and what is its block? Its row, its column size. Okay, column is nothing but j by 3, so j by 3 is 1. Okay, so let's dry run on this example. Okay, so 7 by 3 multiplied by 3 is nothing but 6, plus 4 divided by 3 is 1. Okay, so we get the valid block, right? Now let's dry run for this index. Okay, so 5 comma 5. Okay, so 5 divided by 3 is 1, into 3 is 3, right? So 3 plus what, 5 divided by 3 is 1. Okay, so we get 4, right? So we are getting right blocks. Okay, so let's see dry run for 7 comma 4. Okay, so 4 divided by 3 is 1, 1 multiplied by 3 is 3, plus 7 divided by 3 is 2, so 3 plus 2 is 5. So we are getting the blocks. Okay, so our basic idea is to, for every element we are checking in its row, it is present, appears only one times or not. In every column we are checking it is appears one time or not. In its also block, it's, and this is the formula to get the block. Okay, and we are creating a like hash map, right? Hash map of key, hash map of key and like integer comma hash set, right? Hash set, right? And the simple thing is, key is nothing but from values from 0 to 8, right? Because this is the row, 0 to 8th row, 0 to, and column, if we say column, 0 to 8th column, right? And this is nothing, and for block also same. And you know the keys are fixed. Okay, it is going to start from 0 to 8. So we can create one array of size 9, right? So for array of size 9, 0 to 8, we can assign in every index, we can assign head set. Okay, and then we are going to check it. Let's code it. So I created 3 hash set. Okay, arrays. For rows we are creating a hash set, for every column we are creating a hash set, for every block we are creating a hash set, and we are filling it. Then we are traversing in our Sudoku, and let's see, for if our character is equal to dot means it is empty, then we have to continue, we don't have to do anything. Okay, if it is not empty, then we are proceeding it. Okay, so we have to index, find block index. Block index is nothing but what is I tell you the formula: I divided by 3 multiplied by 3 plus j divided by 3. This is integer division. Okay, so now we have to check if it appears in any hash set, is row hash set, column hash set, or block hash set. So we have to return false. Okay, so if rows of I dot contains C, right? Dot contains C, or if it is present in columns. Okay, so cols columns of J dot contains what contains J contains C. Okay, if it is present in rows or column or block, so block dot block of block index dot contains our C, right? And this is rows row ws, right? Then we have to return false. And before going on to next iteration, we have to store that element in it's according to size. Okay, so rows of I is dot add C, right? So we have to add into the rows at set, and columns at set, so add C. Okay, now for block at set, block, we get block index, we get one asset, and then we have to add C, right? And after traversing on every element in the array, if we don't return false, that means our Sudoku is valid and we are returning true. Okay, unknown error. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, so my net was not running, so this run fines. Okay, so I am going to show you. Let's see, like submissions. Okay, this is going to run. Okay, don't worry, I tried it. So thank you so much for watching my video.